What's up? Welcome back. My name is Vikram Deol. I am the host of the Real Estate Growth Academy. I'm also the co-host of the Real Estate Agent Podcast, and I'm your host today. So today I want to talk about the difference between being an order taker in real estate and being a salesperson or a trusted advisor. Now, most real estate agents in this industry got in for the wrong reason. They got in because they wanted to make money. They got in because they wanted freedom. They got in because they saw HGTV, everybody making millions of dollars, and how sexy real estate was. And they didn't get in because they actually wanted to help people, right? People said, oh, you're super nice. You're super friendly. People love you. You should sell real estate, right? Everybody gives advice. Unsolicited advice is, well, it's what you pay for it. So you get into this industry and then you realize that you are the marketing person, you are the admin, you are the janitor cleaning your listings, you are the person who's setting up your showings, you are the person who's setting up your marketing, you are the person who's setting up ads. You have to do all these things: bookkeeping, sales, right? Paperwork, transaction management, client management, CRMs, right? That was never in the real estate classes, right? They were like, oh, you're going to have to manage a little bit of a business. You're like, oh, okay, I can do that. That sounds great. And then you actually start doing it and you're like, whoa, this is insane. Most people in real estate, especially those that say I only work off of referrals, say that because they don't actually have a system to generate business. And they also don't have a system to generate referral business. They don't have a script on how to they don't have a script or a process on what to say on the first meeting. They don't have a script or a process what to say a week before closing. They don't have a script or a process to say post-closing. They don't know how to have a conversation with their clients, so they don't get a ton of referrals, right? If you don't install the system, you are what we call an order taker. But you say, I work off of referrals only because that's a nicer way to tell yourself that I don't really know how to generate business for my company. And guess what, y'all? Most businesses don't know how to generate leads, right? If more businesses could generate more leads, have more bats, they'd make more sales, just even if they were a really horrible salesperson, because you're going to get lay down sales. And a lay down sale is somebody who's probably going to buy from you no matter what the market condition is, no matter what's going on. They're not going to give you a lot of objections. They just kind of buy a lot of things, hoping that something will work for them if they don't, even if they don't work. Those people are disappearing in the market because we have inflation at 8% or whatever, 7.1%. We have people that are making less money. We have an economy that's contracting, and we don't have the easy sales like we did in 2021. So a lot of those people are gone. So we don't have the lay down sales, which makes it hard if you're an order taker because you were making money only because you had those lay down sales. So what's an order taker and what's an advisor? An order taker is somebody who waits for their phone to ring. An order taker is somebody who is always like, oh, well, I just work off of referrals. I don't like to do open houses. I don't like to do this. I don't like to make cold calls. I don't like to make social media. I just work off of referrals. Okay, how many deals are you doing a year? About 4. Oh, so you have a lot of free time. Like, are you a full-time agent? Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, Vic. What are you doing all day long, right? What are you doing? If you sell 4 houses a year, that's like freaking 80 hours of work. So like, what are you doing for the rest of the 5,000 hours that you're not working, right? The challenge is that order takers think that they're doing work, but they're just waiting around. They think that they're staying busy, but they're really not doing any income-producing activities. They think that by, doodling and showing up at the office and checking the MLS and checking emails, we're waiting and going to lunch with somebody in their office. They feel like they're doing stuff, but they're actually not, because they don't know what income producing activities they should do. So they just kind of twiddle their thumbs and do nothing. And, if you want to make 4 or 5 sales a year or 1 to 2 sales like most agents, that will work for you. But if you want to learn how to become a salesperson, right, we got to get out of this order taking mind. We got to realize that we're going to have to prospect, right? You're going to have to do something. Maybe you don't door knock. Maybe you do open houses, right? I know a guy that did 163 open houses in a year. Second year in, he only had to do 80 because he was so busy, he couldn't do 160, right? I know people who've door knocked for 1 full year straight, right? And then afterwards, they've never knocked on a door again because they learned how to install a referral business with the people they did business with. They learned how to follow up with the people they had conversations with because they learned that, hey, I don't want to door knock, but I don't mind talking to people. So how do I have better conversations? How do I ask better questions? How do I build better relationships, right? So you might not want to do something your whole life, but maybe you need to do it for a small period of time, a year or 2 years, to get yourself to the position where you don't have to do that again if you install the right systems. Order takers are always going to be waiting, right? They're always going to be at the mercy of the market. They're always going to be at the mercy of their client, and they're probably never going to be a top producer, right? They're probably never going to get enough referrals to sell 20, 30, 40, 50 houses if they're always waiting for referrals and they're doing nothing else. And that's where most people are in this industry. That's why there's such a high churn rate, because the work isn't showing houses. The work isn't getting a listing. The work is getting clients. So if you want to succeed in this game, you have to learn what's the channel you're going to go down. It doesn't really matter to me whether you're a door knocker, you're a cold caller, you're an open houser, right? It doesn't really matter which lane you choose, right? Maybe you are a referral person. Maybe you have a ton of people that you know in the marketplace, right? Maybe you know 1,000 people or 500 people. And you're like, I just want to know how to like turn these people into clients, right? Like I want to know how to become their agent, Vic. Cool, right? You can install those programs. You can ask certain questions. You can build that relationship. You can do social media, right? Like whatever your channel is, you should have a couple of channels, but whatever your channels are, it doesn't really matter, because if you're taking action, you won't be an order taker. It might take you a year, might take you 2 years, but once you figure it out, you will have money for life. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this content. I hope you're not an order taker. If you are, that's not a big deal. We can fix it, right? Maybe you didn't know you were an order taker until you heard this. You're like, oh my God, that sounds like me. Totally cool. Maybe you weren't aware of it. Now you are. The problem is up to you to fix. If you didn't know, you didn't know. Unconsciousness is unconsciousness. But now that you know, we got to fix it. So if you want some outside help, you want to learn how we help you inside the Real Estate Growth Academy, or if you want to work more with me one-on-one, just send me a comment and my team and I will get back to you. If you also like the content and you want to subscribe, hit the like, the subscribe, the share button, hit the notification button. So that way you get notified of the new content we're putting out. We're putting a lot of new content every week, just because I have a belief that no realtor should be left behind, and that most real estate agents can learn how to install sales, how to install a listing, a buyer's presentation. They just haven't been taught it. And if you want to know how to create lifetime wealth in real estate, and you don't have a lot of income, but you're paying a brokerage a bunch of money, you want to learn about the opportunity at Real to do that, send me a message and we can chat. Hope you have an amazing day. Peace.